Over 50% of fathers feel like they struggle with leading a family or feel like they struggle in today's society when they feel like they have to lead a family. So today we're going to break down why it is important, how to lead your family today as effectively and as a family man. It's so important. Not only that, we're going to just talk about some statistics and show you why it's important and what it is that we're talking about. And then at the end of the video, we're going to break it down into 4 measurable, effective tips for you to be that happy man living in a happy home.
Yeah, 100%, Craig. That's right. That is Craig Mann. I am Tom Cockrell. We are both accredited coaches for men suffering with stress and frustrations. We help fathers and husbands, predominantly the family man. And that's who exactly we're talking to today. So thank you very much. If you do at any point enjoy this video, then feel free to hit the thumbs up button and the subscription. We'd certainly appreciate it. It certainly helps our channel. And if you do want to feel like you are resonating with this, but you want to sort of connect on a more deep level, or you want a bit more one-to-one, ask questions, whatever, check out our links in the description below. You'll see our Facebook links. You can, just get a hold of us, follow us, message us. Feel free to. We're quite open in that way. Thank you very much. So a lot of problems that, family men are having is family men are struggling to be like that sort of role model figure. They feel like they're letting the family down. They feel like they're not hitting the expectations of what they truly can be, what their wife needs them to be, what their children need them to be. And that is hitting a massive levels of stress and frustration for them. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah, exactly that. And you can imagine in today's society, men are really confused about the differences between the miscommunication of toxic masculinity and the masculine traits that men should hold. They're sometimes feeling uncertain about making the right decision. Am I being overpowering? Am I being over controlling? Am I hurting my family's feelings by just trying to take some sort of leadership within the family dynamics? Do I need to be more of a partner with my wife in this situation? Or is it better for me to take a bit of the control? Or in this situation, is it better for the wife to take a bit more control? It's a big, massive divide. It's a dilemma that men are dealing with. And you probably are asking, why are men more than ever dealing with mental health? And this is one of the issues, is that they feel that they want to and they should do, but more than anything, want to lead the family in its success, if you'd like. If you imagine family is in your own little business, you want to lead it to success and you want to lead it to its happiness. But are we being held and halted?
Yeah, 100%. Of course, after all those sort of feelings that you're getting, that is going to have a massive impact on you back at home. Like that's why a lot of the clients that me and Craig will deal with, they have these sort of symptoms that they're getting back at home. That lack of feeling like the man they're supposed to be, the lack of being a great husband, or lack of being a terrible father. It's just all inner thoughts, but they're trying their absolute best. So that does have that effect on you back home. So then again, how are we going to overcome this? We did say we're going to give you 4 valuable tips.
Yes, we will. And if this is you, sat at home, tired all the time, fatigued, second guess yourself, angry at social media, starting to think, am I really a man? Am I over a man? Am I going to hurt my kids the way I am? These tips are something you should definitely listen to. So let's get into the tips.
Tip number 1, clearly define your family values. So what do I mean by that? Well, what does your family value? Are you sort of very religion orientated? Are you more about the laughter, like mine and Craig's family, like our individual families? We have a lot of laughter in our home. We like to do jokes. Do your kids they might even swear and have a joke with you because you're not that strict, but you like to sort of enjoy the life? Like, clearly define that as a family, because that's the sort of the household that you not only are you going to create, but the more likelihood your children go up to create as well. So what values on the long term do you feel are important, and what do you feel like you want to sort of start as a family? I can't stress how important that is, because it doesn't sound like such a massive one, but the more united you are as a family, the more you are leading that family to sort of be what your family is about. And I bet I can say family at least once or twice, once more in this very sentence.
Yeah, absolutely love that tip. It is so important to have those values for your family. Tip 2, lead by example. Though I say this, and probably a lot of you will go, well, yeah, I know, I've got to be a dad, I've got to lead by example. But how do we do this? Because the problem with society at the moment is that we're wondering, how do we lead by example? Am I being too broad? Am I being too extended with my emotions? How do I make sure? Because let's face it, any therapist that will speak to a future child will always say, well, what was your childhood like? They'll look back and blame you. You'll almost feel like the victim in that case. So there's a couple of things that I do personally that has helped me throughout my life by leading by example is, we make mistakes as adults and we're okay to admit that. So admit that to your kids. But something I actually do in action is that throughout the week, a few times a week, I'll speak to my kids about things that I've got wrong, that I've done right, in front of them or behind their back, as in I'm doing it at work. And I explain to them the educational purposes, because they may have seen something and they may want to mimic you. But if they've been taught and shown that it's actually wrong or it was right, then you can explain that whilst you're doing it. And you can demonstrate this on a daily basis. We all imagine, or if you can imagine, in the future, your kids are going to do the same things that you struggle with. So here's one that's quite easy. List 5 things that you struggle with on a daily basis or a weekly basis. Something that you're not really fond of yourself about, like I overreact, I'm always anxious, I'm too angry, I'm high-tempered. List those down and then start to demonstrate the empathetic values that you can have on the opposite side of that effect. So if you're always angry, you need to try and work on that on yourself. As we say about the empty cup, you might as well fill your cup up first before trying to fill their cup up, because you need to be that role model. And the first thing you need to do, tip number 1, definitely, the overall tip, is you need to sort yourself out first. There's no point looking at your kids and trying to get them to be the better person than you. You need to be the better person to enhance their future.
Yeah, 100%, Craig. Well said. So tip number 3 is, and this is such a big one for me, is improve your family communication. And our family communication, because I have had this a lot with clients dealing with their wives, and I'm sure Craig has had it with, fathers communicating with the children. Communication is absolutely key for any relationship, any at all. So what can you do with this? This is like, engage in the tough conversations that you might not want to have because you feel like it's going to stress you out, or you feel like, oh, I don't really want to get involved with it. But if you are leading those tough conversations, they will get into a habit of coming to you and sharing their problems that you can then, as the father, as the husband, you can help them with. Now, how can you do this? This is like, you can pick up on moods. You can do some active listening and just simply ask your wife, ask your children, hey, how was your day? What is going on? Tell me more about it. You're looking for their facial expressions. You're looking for like the sort of body language as they're telling you this, because you want them to be open and honest. Now, I do say this rather quite proudly. Like, my teenage daughter will talk to me about her like problems with boys, and as a father, you're sort of like, I don't like that, because you're a teenage girl at the end of the day. But you got to remember as well, like, you were a teenager yourself. You can't be too over emotional about it. You've got to be that sort of strong figure and lead with that, like with the knowledge and the guidance, and providing that empathetic support for them, because that's a lot of it all the time is what they need. They need some empathy, they need some sort of balance, and then they might want some like structured advice as well. So 100% improve that family communication. You as a father have that power to do that. You have the sort of the leadership, you have the qualities to provide that sort of that very tip. So yeah, tip number 3, lead the family conversations.
Yeah, and as I just said there, I love that. And the reason why I love it is because tip 1, 2, and 3, lead by example, sharing the family values, improving that family communication, definitely links into tip 4. So do them 3 first, but this one is definitely something you can look for the future, and that's practice, flexibility, and empathy. Because let's face it, most of the time, even though you share the same values and you are communicating, hopefully at this point, then you do need to empathize. But let's face it, the family dynamics are going to be very different. Your wife may be different from you, the kids may be different from you in such a small way. So for instance, you may have a son that is very sort of open and empathetic and actually quite sensitive, and you're going to have to be quite empathetic towards that. And instead of you go, oh, when I was brought up, this is the way it was dealt with, even though sometimes that is the best routine, you're going to have to empathize and wonder what is the best option for them. What is the best option for your wife? When your wife is maybe overreacting in your eyes and you can see that she's overreacting, you can then turn around and understand why she's overreacting. Maybe your daughter is come from school and they're sad, and when they tell you the story about coming back from school, you're sitting there thinking, that's not really a big deal. But it is to them. So it's about empathizing, because that is the strongest trait that you can have as a dad, is empathy. When they come to you, it means nothing. Honestly, some of the times my kids come to me and they moan about something and it's trivial. It's nothing. Like, I've dealt with harder things like in my sleep. And sometimes I'm like, okay, but it's empathizing with them. Okay, well, why did that annoy you then? And this is where it links back to the communication, the leading by example, and sharing those family values. Sometimes I'll speak to my family and I'll have a laugh with them, because it's the easiest way around it. It may be a tricky situation. It may be, something that's a bit difficult for them. But if they can see the sort of solitude and happiness and solemn within you, but then the laughter that comes after it, that can also help. So remember, be flexible. You don't just have to, it's not just about your character in the family. And the reason that you are should and could be the best leader within the family is because you can empathize. And women are so good at this a lot of the times. The mothers are good at empathizing, but usually not great with the husbands because they can't empathize on a man's point of view, and a man's not really empathizing with the wife because they're not. So where do we go back? Communication. So please break down exactly how you can empathize with it. Just take that breath, take that 4 seconds or even 10 seconds moment of just what's going to happen, what's she saying, why is she saying it, why is he saying it, and then we can actually try and come up with a solution instead of just making them feel bad for opening up to you. So we've just gone over 4 amazing valuable tips. Trust me, if you do these in your family life, you will become happier as long as you do them and you stick with them. Obviously, we're going to have moments where we're going to break and we need a little bit of help ourselves. And that's what this channel is for, is when you break and you need that help to remember the tips. But we went through sharing the family values, leading by example, opening that family communication and improving it, and then practicing your flexibility and your empathy. These are very, very important tips. Remember what you said at the beginning, where you may have those sleepless nights, you feel pressures on you, you feel like, am I too manly? Am I too masculine? Am I not masculine enough? Am I not sensitive enough? There's too much things that we got to remember in our poor little brains, but here we are to help you. So remember that you can go through these tips, you can watch this video again, or reach out to us down below. You'll see our Facebook links, and you can leave and you can then leave us little DMs or comments, or you can comment down below stressed or frustrated, and we'll get back to you as well in the comments. So don't forget to leave them.
Yeah, 100%, Craig. And we do reply. We do look at those comments. We do check our DMs on Facebook recently, and some of you have been reaching out, and we'll have like brilliant questions. And this is what this channel's all about. It's about helping that family man to get to make a better family home. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. If you did enjoy this video and you sort of got something from it, then feel free to leave the thumbs up button and hit the subscription and ring the notification bell as well, because we sort of do these videos very sort of periodically to help the family men improve their family home. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. We have been struggling men ourselves. We've built ourselves up, we've adapted and overcame, and now we're here to sort of help the men that are still struggling, because that's what it's all about. And then we've got to support each other at the end of the day. So thank you very much.
That. And my final thing to say, and my action to take away from today, is do not take action tomorrow. Do not say, I'm going to do it next week, do it a month after or the year after. Do it today. Honestly, you'll thank your future self. You'll thank your past self in the future. You might thank your future self as well.
Yeah, cheers, me.